Pikachu, Pikachu, Pika, 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 Pika.
Here's the guide, and this is what we're going to go by. I've drawn out, a simple step-by-step process of how to draw Pikachu. We're going to start with just a regular oval, square shape, and then go through all the way to the finished product, which is Pikachu. So, if you want to learn how to draw Pikachu, right here, you're at the right place. This is the right video, and we are going to get started. Here we go. Alright, step one, we are going to draw our main shape. This is just an oval shape, but you want to kind of round off each side. So, doesn't have to be perfect. Mine's not going to be perfect. Alright, once you have that shape down, that's step one. Draw a line straight down the center. Go about a little more than halfway between this line and this line. This is about halfway. You want to go a little farther and draw a line right there. And then about that far, draw another line. Alright, and then this is going to be the base for our Pikachu. So that's step two. Step three, we're going to give him some shape. So, he's got a rounded head here. It's almost flat on top, but not quite. Alright, so you want to round that off. It's going to go down the side of his face. And then where these lines are, or where his cheeks are going to be. So, you want to draw the circles of his cheeks on the outsides of these lines. You don't have to go at my pace. If you want to pause the video, go ahead, feel free. We're going to start drawing the shape of his body. Almost completely rounded. It goes from small to big. Small at the top, bigger at the bottom. Pikachu's got a little bit of a caboose on him. Alright. So, round that off. And with drawing, especially with sketches or pencil drawings, you want to start soft and draw harder as you go. So when you're just sketching out the idea or just beginning the drawing, sketch it out a little bit. And that's what I do. That's what all artists do. Most artists do. So then we're going to draw his ears. One ear at the top on the left side. And they're not pointed, they're rounded at the top just a little bit. They're in between pointed and rounded. So, kind of meet halfway, and then we're just going to put his other ear to the side like this. Pikachu is often seen with one of his ears to the side, just like this little guy here. And then, that's looking good so far. Looking like Pikachu. What do you think? How's yours looking? Alright. Then we're going to draw in his arms. So his arms would start about there. And just draw this shape right around his tummy area. And then we're also going to draw his feet. So, feet go here. A line for the bottom of his foot. Just like that. And that's kind of what Pikachu's feet look like. He's got little feet as opposed to his body. So, that looks good. Alright, and then next we are going to give him a tail. So next for Pikachu's tail, we're going to draw a line here. And we're going to make that a square coming out. Just a little square there. And then we're going to draw another square over top, or a rectangle I should say, a rectangle, and another rectangle over top of that. Just like that. And then we're going to draw one more rectangle coming off of that. So just like that. So these are good times to pause the video, make sure your drawing looks good, make sure you're happy with what you got so far. And now we're going to move on to a little bit of detail. Detail is always my favorite part of any piece. The lines for the black on Pikachu's ears. And now we're going to do a little bit of his face. So the face is hard for anybody, not just for beginners. So for his eyes, you're going to want to put another line here. And Pikachu's eyes go just about right here. Alright. Draw a circle for each eye. Then his nose is going to go just underneath that line. He's got a little upside down triangle nose. His mouth, which is similar to a cat mouth, but it is rounded right there. There you go. And his big red cheeks. Just big circles on his cheeks. Alright. That's looking good. Alright, so a little more detail. I'll shade this in just so that I know this is going to be colored in. His eyes, you want to draw another circle in each eye to the edge of the eye and just shade that in a little bit there. And that gives that cartoony, innocent look to any character. Alright, and then I'm just going to lightly shade in where the red is going to go on his cheeks. Now for this video we are not going to do color, I'm just showing you how to draw him, but for your picture, feel free to color it in, or in future videos we might do color. I might just do videos on coloring. I love coloring, especially with colored pencils, so we might do a tutorial on how to blend colors, how to choose the right color palettes for your image. But for now, we're going to keep going with the detail, and I'm going to add some fingers for Pikachu. So he's got these little pokey fingers, and he's only got 4 fingers on each arm. So I like to start on each end of his hand and draw 1 on each side, and then 2 in the middle, almost like claws. Alright, and then between Pikachu's legs, he's got a little bit of indent here, so we're going to draw that, just like that. Alright. Next, I am going to give some detail to its tail. Just like this. And this. Put that on an angle here a little bit. Now, we're going to bring this up and over the outside of that box. Down there. Alright. Alright, so now we're going to get rid of some of the lines we don't need. Now, because this was just a rough sketch, I'm going to take out all these extra lines and just add the finite lines, the ones that I know I'm going to keep. So I know when you first start, those are just guidelines. They're just lines to help you understand where the finishing lines are going to be. So take out all these extra lines that we don't need that just make it look cluttered. Alright, and this is just me, this is my process here. I know other artists have different processes. Find your own. Through trial and error, you will find what works best for you. So now as I retouch this up a little bit, I'm going to fix all the edges, all the places that were erased. Just make sure all my lines are good and clean. and almost lead into the next part. So now, yeah, just pay attention to what I do. I'm adding toes at the heel of the foot. It looks like maybe we can move this cheek up just a little bit. Looks better. So now, once I get those guidelines erased, I'm just going to go back in and touch up any of the parts that need touching up. This, and you know, Pikachu has the brown on his tail, so we're going to draw that squiggly line that leads to the brown, just like that. Make sure his tail has that soft lightning bolt look. Cheeks, some ears, look good. All right. Alright, and it looks like we have our Pikachu. Don't forget to sign it. And that will do it for this episode of How to Draw Pikachu. Look for more of our how-to videos on the Random channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you do draw Pikachu, please share a link below, and we would love to see him. And we will see you guys next time.